Alright guys, today we're going to go through the steps on VCarve Pro for upgrading your spindle mount from a 65mm mount, which is the mount for the Makita router. We're going to upgrade that to an 80mm mount, which can hold a 2.5 kilowatt spindle. Alright, so first off, these are the files that I downloaded from Bob's website, and I just made sure that they are the exact dimensions that I'm looking for, meaning that the center circle here is 80mm, and also I measured this pocket right here, how deep it was and how deep each one of these grooves were. And I did that with one of these guys right here. That was what I found to be most accurate. But anyways, I'm going to go through the setup, or how I set up all the tool paths to get this cut out. So first off, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to select the profile tool path and make sure that the outside and right is selected, because I want the bit to run along the outside of these lines rather than the inside, or you will end up with a smaller piece than what you wanted. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and select that. You see how that's selected? Then the outside of that is selected. I also don't want to forget the circle there. One second here, let's make sure that is grouped. So anyways, select that. And that looks good. So the next tool paths that we're going to want to create are, one, going to be the pocket all along this section here, and that is all one depth, as you can see here. So let's go in here and click pocket, and we're going to set 0.1875. So now that we have that depth set, let's go in and select the proper tool that we want to use. So we're wanting to use the 46200. Okay. So we can remove the other bit that I had in there, and I'm going to call this, let's see, we will call this shallow pocket, because this is going to be less deep than the other pockets that we're going to need to make for these two, or those four, as I will show in a minute. So all those are checked. So now let's go ahead and check all of these boxes that we're wanting to have pocketed out, as I'm doing right now. So that should give us what we are looking for. And calculate. So deselect those, get out of here, and we'll go back up to pocket toolpath. So I already have the tool 46200K as I selected before, and the depth that we're going to need to bore or pocket that out to is going to be 0.3465. Now let's select that, and that. And we'll call it deep pocket. So as you can see, it did that. And then I guess the final thing that we will need to do, which again will be another pocket toolpath, So we will get out of there, click Pocket, and same toolpath, but the tiny little square holes up here. We will select all of those, and we want to pocket those out to a depth of 0.1480. All of these remain the same, and we'll call this square pocket. Calculate. Okay, so we can see that right here, it looks like it has done the toolpath that we were looking for. So the last and final thing that I like to do, just to make sure that the software is doing everything that I'm wanting it to, I like to come and take a look at the 3D model of what it will cut out. So let's take a look at that now. And come up to here and click Preview All Toolpaths. Alrighty, that was pretty quick. Well, let's just take a look and make sure that it cut it out how we were wanting. So, I would say that is what we are looking for. So by looking at this, it might look a little confusing just because it has some leftover pieces in there, but that is just due to cutting out. So that's what's left over. So that piece will actually slide out as we are going to need it to. So yeah, that is how I set it up on VCarve. So now we're going to head on over to the CNC and we will get it set up and cut out.